Hello, everybody. Neil Shawnee here from Novanta, Novanta Knowledge Bites. I'd like to talk about creating new ideas today. And I'm thinking this in the context of sales and how we approach a market, whether you're a salesperson or a sales leader leading a sales team or perhaps an entire organization. But actually, if you're not a salesperson, don't switch off because this can apply to almost any ideas that you want to create in business. And I'm interested in this because I was doing some analysis recently on my inquiries from last year. And after sales training, the one that most people were asking for was creativity and innovation and how to be innovative in the workplace and in sales teams. So it's relevant. Lots of people are trying to think of ideas at the moment as the world gets back to normal after COVID, but we're not very good at it. We're rubbish. Many of us, not you, the rest of us are rubbish at thinking of brand new ideas. There are various reasons for that, which I could go into. If you're interested, ask me. Get in touch on the website or LinkedIn or leave a message on YouTube or something. Happy to share that with you, but I'm not going to go into it today. Today, what I'd like to talk about is how to come up with ideas, a tool which can help you to think of things which are new without having to think of anything new. So, we're not very good at being creative. This was recognized a long time ago, and back in 1953, so nearly 70 years ago, a chap called Alex Osborn recognized this and put together a list of questions which has since become known as Osborn's checklist. And those questions were designed to help people to think of new ideas. In 1971, another chap called Bob Eberle wrote a book called Scamper, Games for Imagination Development, where he took Alex Osborn's questions and put them into categories to make it easier to remember. 9 letters. Is it 9 letters? It's 7 letters in Scamper. What would I know? 7 letters in Scamper to help us to think of 9 things we can do to create new ideas. And he grouped Alex Osborn's questions together. And the idea with this is I don't need to think of anything new. I can take something I've already got and then I can sort of treat it in a particular way to create something new. Let me tell you what I mean. S in Scamper stands for substitute. Can we substitute an element of this for something else? I was doing some work many years ago with, Danone, the yogurt people. They had a problem getting an ingredient for one of their products, and they realized they had to go and substitute in a different ingredient in order to continue making that and selling it to the market. Problem was that changed the taste, so they substituted an ingredient and tweaked the rest of the recipe to make it work for them. C in Scamper stands for combine. How can I combine this with something else? Can I take something I've already got and combine it with something new to create something different? And if you want ideas on this, think of these organizations who sell you something online, and if you spend a certain amount, they'll combine that with free shipping, for example. Creates slightly new products. Or you go into many high street stores and you buy your electrical product, and they try to combine that with some expensive insurance to make sure that you're compensated should your product break. Again, combining to create something new. A is for adapt. Can I take something that someone else has done before and adapt it to my own situation? An example of this, there was an organization many years ago who wanted to create a new brand of rat poison in the USA, but they couldn't get a machine to make the pellets in the right size. It would have been too expensive to create a new machine just for this rat poison. So they took a chocolate machine, chocolate mold machine, and used that to create their rat poison pellets. And hopefully there was no confusion and the packaging was nice and clear. I said there were 7 letters in Scamper, but 9 things we can do because M stands for 3 different things. It means modify. How can I put a new twist on something? Maximize. What can I make bigger within this? And minimize. What can I make smaller? And if we think of the world around us, there are lots of examples of this kind of thing. Something I want to make bigger, what do? We add something to something to make it bigger. You know those motorbikes you see in city centres with 3 wheels? They've maximised the number of wheels. Why? Not to make them more stable. It's to get around driving licence restrictions. Because if you want to ride a motorbike, certainly in the UK, you have to take a motorbike test, a theory test, and all sorts of things. And many people, myself included, can't really be bothered to do that when we've been driving for so long. By adding the 3rd wheel, you can ride these motorbikes on a car license. So it increases their market very easily. What can you make smaller? Well, all sorts of things really. Think of anything, computers, hard drives, all these things get smaller and smaller and smaller, don't they? Possible exception of mobile phones, which seem to get bigger and bigger, to create new products, new ideas. Put to other uses. Is there something I already have that I can just reuse in a different situation the way it is? Eliminate. What could I remove from my product or service or solution or idea to create something new? And I always like to think about tablets on this here. Who'd have thought? Here's mine, slightly old Windows 8 tablet, which I've had for many years. I use when I'm training face to face. Who'd have thought many years ago that you would take what is effectively a whole computer and you'd remove the keyboard, the floppy drive, a very long time ago, um, the monitor, and so on, and create a tablet? But we didn't. We all used them. And the last one is reverse. Can I do the opposite and still create value? Can I think of what I've done and do something absolutely opposite, but still use that as a valid idea? So there you go. That Scamper is something that's been around for a long time. It's something I use a lot in my world. I wanted to share it with you. I would love to hear how you can use Scamper in your work with the ideas that you need to come up with. As I said, specifically if you're in a sales function or an organization function where you're looking at how can we approach the market in new ways? How can we tweak what we do to create something new? So do get in touch with me. Find me on LinkedIn. I don't know, leave a comment on the video wherever you are. If you're on the website, go to the contact page and send me an email or leave a comment and let me know what ideas you've got using Scamper to create new ideas for your business. I will see you soon. In the meantime, have a good week.